You stay right there, truck. Alright. This is National Road, Route 40. This used to, at one time, before there was the highway system, this road would connect. This road used to, it still kind of does in sections, it runs across the country. Okay, cool, thanks, dude. I'm gonna have to do a ride because you can still take 40 to DC if I remember right, or you can at least take it for a pretty good ways. Not too sure if I want to go to DC or not. God damn, all these assholes are out this morning. Guy wants to ride my ass? About to put a sign. If you want to ride my ass, how about give me a reach around, dude? I'm just wanting to putt around. I left early enough, I'm already going to be at work early. I don't need to be at work super early. What is this? They're putting in new concrete. Volunteer fire department. So guys, about the little meetup that Buckeye Boys was having, I was somewhat invited through Mike, but there's only one problem. He's gonna be up there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I guess Chuck is showing up Monday or something like that. I can't remember exactly when. But the problem is, I ain't able to get up there till, or I'm not able to get up there till at least Saturday afternoon, till I get off work. And Mike was telling me that no one's going to be there because Keith is working midnights. So I'm not going to be able to make it to that one, which that's fine. When Mike first told me about it, I said, well, I'm not really formally invited anyway. He's like, oh, you're invited. But we'll see. I said, I just don't have the time off to spin up. By the time I get done with work throughout the week, I get home by 6, 7 o'clock, and it's another hour. It's another hour and change to the clubhouse. That'd put me up there around 8 o'clock or so. And I'd get maybe an hour or two, and I'd have to turn around and go back. And that would put me back home at midnight. And I don't really want to do all that just for a couple hours. There'll be other ones. There will be other ones. Because everything's falling for me on a busy month. But I told Mike I'll come up after. We'll do something. by then I'll pretty much have everything done I want done. I'll have the new chain, new brake pads, new tires. The oil was changed when I did the doohickey. That's been done. The only things really we left that I kind of want to do, which can wait, will be some type of rear blocks. I might end up just putting a toolbox back there for the trip, just to have storage. I'll go buy a cheap toolbox. I'm not going to put nothing really that important in it. Because this will have the important stuff, and it's going to come off the bike with me, so the toolbox can sit there. You can definitely tell this bike feels more at home on these roads than it does on the highway. It definitely feels a lot better. This thing definitely is not a highway queen. It's definitely, I don't know if you could really call it a tourer or not. I mean, I know people use these, but I guess you could. I've been fourth gear, doing about 4,000 RPM. The motor doesn't feel strung out. I got another gear to go if I want to. But it feels solid where it's at. It's at a sweet spot where there's not a whole lot of vibration. Go up in the fifth, we're 3,500 RPM. So you're only losing 500 RPM, but it feels a little more choppier. It's not humming along. Now I understand why when Tom took trips on his, he always opted for these roads. The bike feels more at home on these. You don't have that much wind. You don't have that much crosswind. At least I don't, because I got a hillside on one side of me. You don't have 4 lanes of traffic or 6 lanes of traffic or whichever. The more I take Route 40, the more it makes sense. And my one boss said something that he's right about. It makes even more sense the more I do it. He said, you buy a bike to take your time, to enjoy the trip there, not because you're in a hurry, not because you think it'll be more economical, because it kind of is and kind of isn't. Yeah, you get great gas mileage, at least this does, but I have noticed the more when something like this becomes your daily and you're putting a couple hundred miles on it in a week or two, you have to pay more attention to maintenance, because then you start realizing you really start wrecking puppy. You might want to stay on that road. Oh, buddy. You gotta pay closer attention to maintenance. You gotta deal with the chain a lot more. You gotta you gotta pay attention to the oil a lot more. I've always had cars that's had their little quirks, and I'm starting to see the little quirks this bike has. I'm just curious if the quirks would go away once the new chain's on and new tires. I've noticed as the chain starts to move, when you first adjust the chain up, if you're on the highway and you're doing 70 miles an hour, it's right at 5,000 RPM. As the chain starts to stretch throughout that adjustment, I've noticed you can do about 75 and it'll be doing 5,000 RPM. That's kind of the way I've been gauging how the chain starts to get loose.